President Trump says Iran just got its last chance. Trump said Monday it's time for Tehran to sign a good document ending the war, with negotiators possibly sitting down within a day or two. This comes after Trump again called off a planned wave of U.S. strikes on Iran, this time at the request of Persian Gulf allies. But Iran's government says it isn't negotiating directly with the United States at all, and is only speaking with mediators. Meanwhile, the two sides keep exchanging strikes over the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil shipping routes. Neither side is backing down. A new front is opening in the Middle East, and it's in the Red Sea. Yemen's Houthi leader is threatening Saudi Arabia with full escalation, hours after his forces struck a Saudi oil tanker with ballistic missiles. In response, Saudi Arabia has announced a new multinational defense coalition, with 14 countries including Turkey, Egypt, and Pakistan pledging support to protect shipping. The Houthis imposed a blockade on the kingdom after the Strait of Hormuz closed, forcing oil tankers to reroute through the Red Sea instead. Now that route is under attack too. Analysts warn the region's two biggest flashpoints may be merging into one wider war. The man accused of starting one of Washington's most destructive wildfires has a criminal history that's raising new questions. Authorities arrested 37-year-old Aaron Farinacci on suspicion of first-degree arson for allegedly setting the Old Trails fire, the largest of the blazes that have destroyed hundreds of homes around Spokane. Investigators say a community member spotted a nervous-looking man near where the fire started, and detectives later identified that man as Farinacci, who was carrying matches and a butane lighter when detained. Court records show Farinacci has a prior manslaughter conviction. He's now being held on $1 million bond and is expected in court, as the fire he's accused of starting is still 0% contained. Health officials are confirming the first deaths in what's now the largest Cyclospora outbreak ever recorded in the United States. Michigan's health department says 2 people died after becoming sick with cyclosporiasis, a parasitic illness, as part of a nationwide outbreak tied to contaminated iceberg lettuce. Officials say both victims had serious underlying health conditions. The state says more than 11,000 people have been sickened so far. The FDA traced the contamination to iceberg lettuce grown by Taylor Farms in central Mexico, and that lettuce has since been recalled. Health officials say they're continuing to investigate as case counts keep climbing across multiple states. A key vote today could decide the future of the Justice Department's top job. The Senate Judiciary Committee is voting on whether to advance Todd Blanche's nomination for Attorney General to the full Senate. Blanche, President Trump's former personal lawyer and the current acting Attorney General, had his nomination stall last week after 2 Republican senators withheld support. Now, Senators John Cornyn and Tom Tillis say they'll back him, clearing the path for the committee to move the nomination forward. If the committee approves it today, Blanche's nomination heads to the full Senate for a final confirmation vote. Imagine going to a concert and leaving with a free vacation. That's exactly what happened to 37,000 fans at Zac Brown Band's sold-out Fenway Park show in Boston. Right before playing their song, Same Boat, Zac Brown surprised the entire crowd with a free cruise vacation for 2, redeemable on select Margaritaville at Sea Sailings over the next year. The band says the gift cost more than $40 million, all paid for by Brown himself. The show marked the band's 15th straight sold-out performance at Fenway, a venue record. Sometimes the best way to say thank you is with an entire cruise ship. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay in the loop every single day.